Warriors into the Wild, Chapter 15. Blue Star stood and began to pad toward the mother mouth. Tiger Claw walked beside her, matching her stride step for step. "Come on, Ravenpaw," called Gray Paw. Ravenpaw was still sitting on the rock, staring up at the rocks. At Gray Paw's mew, he stood and began to follow slowly. Firepaw realized his friend had hardly said a word the whole journey. Is he just worried about Shadow Clan, or is there something else troubling him? Firepaw wondered. It took the cats only a few moments to reach Mother Mouth. Firepaw stood on the threshold and peered inside. The blackness beyond the stone archway was darker than the cloudiest night. Firepaw narrowed his eyes, trying to see where the tunnel led, but he couldn't see a thing. Beside him, Graypaw and Ravenpaw craned their heads nervously around the entrance. Even Tiger Claw seemed unsettled by the black hole ahead of them. "How will we find our way in such darkness?" he asked. "I will know the way," answered Blue Star. "Just follow my scent. Ravenpaw and Graypaw, you will remain on guard outside. Firepaw, you will accompany me and Tiger Claw to the Moonstone." Firepaw felt a thrill jolt through him. What an honor! Firepaw glanced sideways at Tiger Claw. The warrior sat with his chin boldly raised, but Firepaw could detect a subtle, fierce scent coming from him. It grew stronger as Blue Star stepped forward into the blackness. Tiger Claw shook his mighty head and paddled after Blue Star. With a brief nod to the other apprentices, Firepaw followed. Inside the cave, his eyes still detecting nothing. The complete and utter blackness felt strange, but he was surprised to find that he wasn't frightened. His eagerness to discover what lay ahead was stronger. The cold, damp air reached through his thick fur and into his bones, stiffening his muscles. Even the coldest nights did not hold the same chill as the air here. This ground has never known the warmth of the sun, thought Firepaw, feeling the rock smooth like ice beneath his paws. Freezing air filled his lungs, and with each breath, until he felt lightheaded. He followed Blue Star and Tiger Claw through the darkness, judging his way by scent and feel alone. They were walking along a tunnel that sloped down and down, winding first one way and then the other. Firepaw's whiskers brushed the side of the cave, telling him where to walk and where to turn. His nose told him that Blue Star and Tiger Claw were only a tail length ahead of him. On and on they went. How far have we come? Firepaw wondered. Then he felt a tingle in his whiskers. The air in his nostrils seemed fresher than before. He sniffed again, relieved to smell the familiar world above. He could smell peat and prey and the scent of heather. There must be a hole somewhere in the roof of the tunnel. Where are we? He mewed into the darkness. We've entered the cavern of the Moonstone. Come, Blue Star's soft reply. Wait here. It will be moon-high soon. Firepaw folded his hind legs under him on the chilly stone floor and waited. He could hear the steady breathing of Blue Star and the more rapid, fear-scented panting of Tiger Claw. Suddenly, in a flash, more blinding than the setting sun, the cave was lit up. Firepaw's eyes were wide, open after the blackness of the tunnel. He closed them quickly against the cold white light. Then slowly he opened them into tiny slits and peered ahead. He saw a gleaming rock, which glittered as if it were made from the countless dewdrops. The Moonstone! Firepaw looked around. In the cold light reflected from the stone, he could make out the shadowy edges of a high-roofed cavern. The Moonstone rose up from the middle of the floor, 3 tail lengths high. Blue Star was staring upward, her fur bleached white in the glow of the Moonstone. Even Tiger Claw's dark pelt shone silver. Firepaw followed Blue Star's gaze. High in the roof was an opening that revealed a narrow triangle of night sky. The moon was casting a beam of light through the hole, down onto the Moonstone, making it sparkle like a star. Beside him, Firepaw smelled Tiger Claw's fierce scent growing until it became overpowering. Firepaw felt startled. Could the warrior see something else here? Something dangerous? He saw a flash of movement, felt fur rush past him, and heard the fleeing paw steps of Tiger Claw racing back to the entrance. Firepaw! Blue Star's voice was quiet and calm. I'm still here, he answered nervously. What frightened Tiger Claw? Blue Star? Fire mewed again when she didn't answer. His heart was beating fast, making the blood roar in his ears. It's all right, young warrior. Don't be afraid. Blue Star murmured. Her calm voice settled him a little. I think Tiger Claw was surprised by the power of the Moonstone. In the world above, Tiger Claw is a fearless and mighty warrior. But down here, where the spirits of StarClan speak, a cat needs a different kind of strength. What do you feel, Firepaw? Firepaw sniffed the air deeply and forced his body to relax. Only my own curiosity, he admitted. That is good, Blue Star replied. Firepaw looked back at the Moonstone. His eyes had gotten used to its lights, and he was no longer dazzled. Instead, it soothed him. With a twitch of his tail, he remembered his dream. This was the brilliant ball of light he had seen. Spellbound, Firepaw watched a Blue Star padded up to the stone and lay beside it. She reached her head forward and touched the Moonstone with her nose. Her blue eyes sparkled with its reflection for a moment before she closed them. Now she rested her head on her paws, her eyelids flickering, her paws twitching occasionally. Was she sleeping? Then Firepaw remembered Graypaw's words. New leaders have to sleep near the stone, and as they sleep, they have special dreams. He waited. The chill was not so intense here, but still he found himself shivering. He had no idea how much time had passed, but suddenly the rock stopped glowing. The cavern was plunged into darkness once more. Firepaw looked up to the opening of the roof of the cavern. The moon had passed on, out of sight. All that remained were tiny stars shimmering in blackness. Firepaw could just make out the pale shape of his leader lying beside the Moonstone. He waited to call out her name, but did not dare break the silence. After more endless moments, she spoke to him. Firepaw, are you still there? Her voice sounded remote and agitated. Yes, Blue Star. Firepaw heard Blue Star's paw steps approaching. Hurry, she hissed. He felt her fur brush past him. We must return to camp. Firepaw raced after her, astonished by the speed with which she rushed through the blackness. He followed her scent blindly, up and up the stone tunnel until she led him safely back to the outside world. Tiger Claw was waiting at the opening beside Graypaw and Ravenpaw as Blue Star and Firepaw climbed out of the cave. His expression was cold and his fur was slightly ruffled, but he sat motionless and dignified. Tiger Claw. Blue Star greeted him, but did not mention the warrior cat's fight from the depths. Tiger Claw relaxed a little. What did you learn? We must return to camp immediately. Blue Star meowed briefly. Firepaw saw a look of desperation in his leader's eyes. Now the horror of his dream forced its way back into his memory. The fleeing cats, the dark warriors, the ear-splitting wail of distress. Firepaw tried to ignore the cold fear that gripped his muscles and followed Blue Star as she and the others raced down the dark slope away from the mother mouth. Was his nightmare vision about to come true?